Gently join both your hands. Look inwards, focus inwards, and take a deep breath in. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. My Guru is all the three aspects of universe for me. My Guru is the creation, the sustenance, and the dissolution for me. He creates in me the love. He sustains in me my practice and motivation, and He dissolves my limitations. Why would I look for anything else when I have all these three with me? My Guru is existence in itself for me. Open your eyes, open your hands. Karagre vasate Lakshmi, Karamadhye Saraswati, Karamule Sthita Gauri, Prabhate Karadarshanam. Being on the spiritual path, I realize my true essence. I struggle with it because the grasp of ignorance is very strong. But I stay on my path firmly. I realize that my thoughts, my actions, my prosperity, my wealth, my splendor, and my exuberance comes from wisdom. And the base of that wisdom is my potential. Take a short Om. Sahana Bhavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti. 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 May we all study together. May we all grow together. We are joined together in bonds of love and in common purpose of seeking truth. May we not fight. May we direct our energy in the right actions. May all be protected. May all be nourished. May there be peace inside, outside, and all other places that are beyond the conception of human mind. Slowly keep your hands on your knees and open your eyes. We will see what is the declaration for today. Today being March, what is the date? March 13. May you be transformed by renewing of your mind. A snake cannot grow without shedding its old skin. A baby chick cannot emerge from its shell without cracking it open. A baby cannot be born without emerging from its mother's womb. These natural processes have to come about to bring change. Step by step, they take place, and nothing can stop them. If the baby chick does not have the strength to burst out of its shell, it will die. There is a right time for everything. You can try to prevent changes taking place because you feel safe and secure where you are and would rather stay in the confines of that which you know rather than move out into the unknown. But in those confines you will suffocate and die. Try to understand and accept the need to change with everything that is taking place at this time. Lift up your heart and give thanks for these changes and become part of them. No need to mention that the book is perfectly in sync with our proceedings as usual. Today we looked at change. In fact, today you all experienced change. And also in our sadhana here for 3 weeks, we will be moving and changing our pattern, our method of working. Tomorrow being exactly 1 week that we will be here. We will be making our practice subtler and subtler. Would also mean you will come closer and closer to the issues, to the patterns that you need to work upon and change. But as I have always mentioned, and I will mention again and again, that these changes will happen together. We are all in this together. There is a beautiful synchronicity. There is a beautiful blanket of love which we have woven over this group ourselves, each contributing to the fabric. We are all in our struggles. We are all now face to face. But as the book says, if not now, when? When is it that we will really wake up to the reality that we have to face? It is true, it gets comfortable. Ignorance becomes bliss. Comfort zones becomes security. And we are happy there. And actually nobody is forcing you to create a revolution for yourself. The revolution will happen now or some other time. But if you are awake to that revolution, that inner revolution now, why postpone it? Why postpone it? Because these opportunities don't come again and again. If you ignore this inner revolution in this life, you never know when you will get the next life. Maybe after 20 years, 10 years, 500 years, 1,000 years, whenever your soul, whenever your karmas mature and provide you with a new body, why do we want to wait so much? This is where your decision-making ability, this is where your willpower, your decisiveness helps. The thirst, the hunger for liberation is very essential. Tivra samvegnam asannam, says the Yoga Sutra. Intense energy. Today, when I was watching you all meditate, my heart was just full of love. It was so beautiful watching each one of you trying to find your way inwards. The mind was getting distracted. Thoughts were coming in. Some thoughts were really, really agitating you. And in that as well you were struggling, holding on like a warrior, surrounded by soldiers of the other army. That is determination. If you were looking at yourself through my eyes, you would see that today you showed the determination. It was not about how many minutes did we sit there. And I'm happy nobody asked me that. How much time were we sitting? It's not at all about that. Sometimes just a couple of minutes in meditation can create such tremendous breakthroughs. Though I insisted that slowly we'll build up to a practice of 1 hour of silent sitting without any movement, like a stone, rock, immovable. Still, those 21 minutes that you were in a complete stillness state can create a lot of openings in your path. It's a doorway to a bigger reality. It's a doorway to existence of freedom. So what is the issue with our day-to-day reality? Why are we doing all this? What brings us together in this endeavor? Why are we partners in crime in this? What is it that has brought you here in the unforeseen environment? What is it that is really making you hold on? It's difficult. What is it? What is it that is making you stay? You know what I feel? It's your honesty that is making you stay here. A deep, 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 deep within, beyond those layers and layers and layers and layers of conditioned mind, there is some part that wants to break free. There is some part that wants to know its authenticity. There is some part that is waiting to reveal itself. It's like the actor who has lost playing itself in the act. The universe is waiting for the actor to finish playing the role in the play, take off his makeup and come back home as himself. It's that honesty that's making you sit. For any normal person who would look at you and say, why are you going through all these troubles? For what? Whatever may have brought you here. But now, why are you going through all these struggles? Come on, enjoy life. It's not about that. We are here for something magnanimous. And it's not a promise that I am giving you. In fact, I am nobody to give you this promise. You will be revealing yourself. I am not going to reveal you. You are in this yourself. Even though we are walking together, it is an individual path. You see, if I was to write everybody's obstacles and everybody's challenges right now, they would be different initially. Somebody has issues with mother, somebody has issues with father, somebody has issues with death, somebody has issues with loneliness, somebody has issues with relationships, somebody has issues with non-clarity, somebody has issues with directionlessness. It seems that we have been lost somewhere. If you were to write it all down, it would look like one word could suffice. Looks like this person is lost somewhere. Or this person doesn't realize what is there. What is this that holds us here so tightly? What is it that makes us hold this impermanent reality so tightly? You see, when we look at our issues really face to face, as if we are looking in the mirror in our own eyes, we will realize it is self-created. Nobody else creates issue for you. Not at all. We blame others. We blame others because this is one of our escape routes. It's our escape strategy. Blame others, feel good, escape. But if you really see, again, I want to mention this word again and again, honesty. If you honestly see from here, from the heart, what is it? Who created this issue? Oh, looks like I created it for myself. You know, it's like a cat. We are all like cats. The cat likes to play with a ball of wool. And it's enjoying. It's enjoying. And suddenly, after a few minutes, the cat realizes, oh, I have entangled myself in this ball of wool. And then the owner has to come and will pick up the cat, and the cat is very nervous and she's shivering. Because the more the cat tries to escape, the more she gets entangled. And that ball of wool is unlimited supply, right? The more she struggles, the more the ball of wool will roll out more wool, more wool, more wool. And the cat will turn and toss and turn and toss and do strange maneuvers for escaping, and in turn get entangled in it. But who started to play in the first place? The cat's owner was just sitting and knitting. She did not do anything. The cat put her finger in this matter first. So we are similar somewhere. We create our own bondages and we struggle to liberate us. There is a beautiful line in the scriptures. Mana evam manushyanam karanam bandha moksho. The mind is the reason for limitation and for transformation, both. The mind that has trapped you, the same mind will liberate you. There is no other external agency that will act upon you. This mind today that is making you feel liberated, the same mind after transformation will feel liberated. This mind today that is stopping you and binding you in your limitations, the same mind will be transformed into limitless mind. Don't think that the dimension of your skull has anything to do with the reach of your mind. When I was small, my mother always used to tell me, when you point one finger to the other person and blame, 3 fingers are pointing to you. You did that to me. When you point that index finger, you, look properly at your hand. 3 fingers are pointing to you. So before you show one finger to somebody, ask yourself 3 times, how have you contributed to this matter yourself? I was speaking to one of you today, and within 3 questions it came across that the issue was nothing but an expectation. There is a beautiful method in which the philosophy of yoga, one of the philosophies of yoga describes this process. And I would like you to pay attention to this and then go and reflect upon this, because nothing happens without reflection. The two words are avarana and vikshepa. Avarana means to wrap itself around, and vikshepa means distortion. Projection, distortion. Projection, distortion. Remember these two words. What we do in our lives is we project our expectation on the other person and distort the truth. Distort what that person is showing. If somebody is showing us love, we feel that person is eating up my space. If somebody is showing us genuine care, we feel that that person thinks I am weak. Darling, can I do this for you? No way. What do you think? I can't do it myself? What happened in these 1-2 dialogues? I have seen this many a times when I travel, and when myself and maybe some lady, some woman, we're walking together, and then the door comes. And if I open the door for the lady, sometimes the ladies don't like it. They say, what do you think? We are weak? I could have opened the door myself. Okay. Next time when I don't open the door, why don't you open the door? Come on, be a gentleman. So should I open the door? Should I not open the door? That's why I love those rotating doors. Nobody has to open. You just walk in and they rotate themselves. Very good. They save a lot of men from disgrace. And it's different, Different. So what is that woman doing? The woman is projecting. If the woman has been always made to feel like she's weak, and somebody genuinely, chivalrously opens the door for her, she will see her weakness in that action. A genuine chivalry will not even be allowed to spring up. It will be squashed under her feet. Avarana and vikshepa, projection. How have I projected my expectations on him, on her? And the moment you project, the things get distorted. You know that. Many small children escape like this. They will stuff the pillow under the blanket, make a shape of a body. And the mother comes in the room, she sees some shape, and she'll assume that it's her boy sleeping. A boy has already escaped through the window and gone out partying with his friends. So what really happened there? When the mother opened the door, she saw some shape under the blanket, and she assumed that it's a boy. But in the reality, the boy had already, probably at that time, the boy was getting drunk somewhere. And when in the night, the boy comes home drunk, and instead of walking into the house from the window, he He forgets that he escaped and rings the doorbell, and his mother sees him at the door. She can't believe her eyes. What was that I saw at 10 o'clock when I went into your room? Oh, that was two pillows aligned together to make my body shape. Projection and distortion. It's a beautiful concept. There is an example that the scriptures give. It's called the Rajju Sarpa example. What does Rajju Sarpa means? Rajju means a rope and Sarpa means a snake. And these are, if you read the examples from the scriptures, they are so beautiful, so innocent. And it says that a man was walking on the road and he had no light with him. And he was just finding his way through some external sources, probably a long distance street light or the moonlight or whatever. And suddenly he sees a snake. And he's so afraid that he stands there, stunned, like, oh my God, now what? It's pretty long snake, a slender one. Maybe it's a viper, maybe a cobra. You never know. He's just standing there. Suddenly he sees a man, probably a watchman, walking around with a light, a lantern in his hand. So he calls him. Excuse me, sir, can you help me? There's a big snake out here. It seems to not move. So the man comes with the lantern. Where's the snake? Show me. Because the watchman, he has a stick as well. So there's the snake. Look, 3 meters away. And the watchman dares a little because he has both a stick and a lantern. And he holds the lantern on top of the snake. And what is it? It's not a snake. It's a piece of rope. And the watchman smiles. Ha ha, mister, it's not a snake. Why were you afraid? It's just a piece of rope somebody dropped here by chance. The road's safe. You may now walk. What happened in this example? Because of darkness, the man saw something that looked like a snake. And his mind interpreted this long, slender thing that is on the road is a snake. But in reality, it was not a snake. It was a piece of rope. How would he know? But then someone came with a lamp, the lamp of wisdom, the light, literally the light, which shines on that object, and it reveals that it is not the snake at all. It was never a snake. That lonely traveler assumed, had a physiological response, had a physical response, had a psychological response. For 5 minutes, all the responses, for what? For something that never was. His Annamaya Kosha, his Pranamaya Kosha, his Manomaya Kosha, all were shaken for those 5 minutes till the truth was revealed. This is how we live in avidya, ignorance. Ignorance of our true nature. Ignorance of the independence, potentiality and love that we inherently have. So homework for you. Another simple one for tomorrow, just for reflection. When you're sitting in the sun, looking up at the leaves, nothing to write much. No submissions. We had enough, I think, because you'll have some more too in the next week. Just ask yourself, how do I project my expectations and become demanding on the people that I love? Remember this, huh? Or if you want, you can write it down. You take 1 or 2 people that you like, that you love, and try to find out how is it that you project your expectations, your desires on them, and completely misinterpret them. How is it your expectation wraps around on them and just distorts other people's view? Projection. It's an interesting exercise. It's an exercise you can do for the whole life. But it's an interesting exercise in the sense that it will make you really, really honest with yourself. If you are inconsiderate with your expectations on other person, that shows your neediness. By now you know the whole concept of neediness, right? How your neediness makes you demanding, makes you... I don't have an English word in my mind. Wah, 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 wah. It says it all, I think. Whinging. Demanding. So wah, 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 wah is the correct sound effect. It happens, I'm saying it, but it's our human nature. It's a typical quality of a limited human nature. The way we get out of that is by accepting it. Sorry, my love, I am doing too much wah, 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 wah now. And I accept it's my neediness. But darling, I'm working on it. Just a matter of time. What you see right now in front of you is WIP, as they say in the language of accountancy, work in progress. My wah wah index is a little less than 2 years ago. On a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is bad and 10 is good, wah wah is much better now. And you will see it when you put these things in practice. You see, one good thing is all of us are living a life of awareness. That is without a doubt. That is without a doubt. The moment you do something, your mind catches itself. The same mind that makes mistakes will catch itself, making a mistake also. This is what we have to encourage. The reason I am giving you these exercises of self-reflection is to give birth or pull out of your hats, mental hats, something called as the observer. In the language of yoga, it's called the witness conscious, Sakshi Chaitanya. Something that observes neutrally. Something that is so neutral, it is beyond the good and bad. Why? Because good and bad is so relative. Something that's good for me is not good for you. Something that's good for me, I hate it. Sakshi Chaitanya, the observer, the witness. And then you laugh at yourself. Once the observer is born and you nurture it with more and more awareness, with more and more conscious, mindful experimentation like we are doing, the observer will get nurtured. And the observer will be like that inner voice, that inner guide that watches everything. You will commit some mischief, but under the watchful eye of the observer. And it's beautiful then. It's beautiful. Because when you make a mischief, you know that you are playing. Oh, I'm just playing. And when you know that you are playing, the chances of regret and guilt is less. Because the observer knows, oh, I was just playing, I'm just a little mischievous, just tempting my mind a little bit. So remember this concept of projection and distortion. Avarana and Vikshepa. It's primarily a concept from a philosophy called Advaita Vedanta, non-dualism of Vedanta. A simple concept, but it will help you a lot in your social life. It will help you a lot in the way you behave with people. Facebook is a good medium for this. Projection. How you project your image on Facebook. And when somebody does something, somebody tags the wrong photo, you remove the tag. Why? Because that photo is not in sync with the image that you're trying to portray out there. I know a few cases like that. When I go to their Facebook page and see their pages and what they project out there, and in reality how they are, and these are people that I really, really know. Yeah? So it's not my projection also. Like I know them for 15 years, 16 years, I know their patterns. So, if you look at their page, wow. And they also accept, no, it's just for social networking. I was told that when I was in Montreal, I was told that there is a famous photo studio out there, and they charge $250 for 4 pictures, digital pictures for Facebook. Image projection, no? Nowadays there is the profession also, image management consultancy. Many actors and actresses, they hire this, image management. Whatever you project is the reality. And when the truth comes out, we are like, wow, we thought this person was so different, but you see how he is in reality. That's why people who project that kind of image will always be a little scared. They'll always be scared. If something happens to that image that I have created, if something happens, they'll be always under this fear. Now the last part. This doesn't have to happen with others. you see how much projection you do on yourself. How much negativity we project on ourselves. My goodness. The guilt, the whole past. If your lifespan is 50 years, the whole 50 years is projected on you and distorting your current reality. Oh, this happened when I was 5, this happened when I was 10, this happened when I was 16, this happened when I was 18. All those past events rob something out of your present. What is the use of this? You are in the bloody present now. Unless and until it's consciously used for transformation, memory has no use. Why do we have memory in the first place? We have memory in the first place to pull out the experience from the back of our minds, analyze it, take what was important, take what is important, and then put it back there. That's why living in the moment is so difficult for us. Because half the time we are pulled by the guilt of the past. To escape that guilt of the past, we are pushing ourselves towards the future. Who will stay in the moment? Oh, this happened, last boyfriend, the boyfriend before that, the boyfriend before that. As if everybody that has come in your life has taken a piece out of your flesh. Not at all. Look at you. You're standing here in one piece, one form. What have they taken from you? And what can they take from you? What can they take from you? Body? It's not yours anyway. Soul? Nobody can take it from you anyway. So what are you afraid of? Self-guilt, self-pity, these are all issues of projection. Some event happened in the past, you pull it back in the present, and you blow it out of proportion and distort your current reality. No need for that. Enjoy the current reality. You want to pull out something from the past? You tell yourself first, like as if you're entering a library. Okay, now I'm going to consciously enter my memory, pull out this event, bring it in front of my eyes, look at it and check, this is something that I think I need to learn from this event. Take that wisdom, put that memory back in the box. If you feel you have sucked out all the wisdom that the experience had to give you, you will forget it also. That's why Bible says, forgive and forget. Forget not because of avoidance. Forget not because of escapism. This is the true meaning of forget. What is forget? You have sucked out all that experience had to give you, and now there's no need. It's like you have an orange. You want to drink orange juice. You have squeezed out all juice possible out of it. Now why you need the pulp? You throw it out or you put it into a flower pot to become a manure or something. You don't need it anymore. And you see, the universe has given us so beautifully. We don't remember our past lives. Why? It is so beautiful, the whole universal arrangement. Why don't we remember our past lives? Because universe says, please first handle this life. That's why as you evolve spiritually, as you become detached, you remember your past lives. Why you can remember your past lives when you are spiritually mature? Because you know that it's just nothing but extended section of my memory library. Right now, I am 36 years, I think 35. I am 35 years old. Yes. I am 35 years old. So I have a conscious memory of maybe 30 years. And I remember that, and I, like the cat, I wrap myself around the guilt and patterns of that 30 years memory. If I remember memory from my last 10 lives, my God, I will go crazy. But the Tibetan monks or yogis who have reached a higher state of detachment, who can live in the present, they remember all their past lives. Why? Because it just extended. It just extended. If I remember all my past lives now, it will be just like one big spectrum of experiences. That's it. I have nothing to do with them because all the wisdom is sucked out from that. That's just storage. Reference section. So be in the present, because from day after tomorrow we are going to start studying the Yoga Sutra. And the first line of Yoga Sutra says, Ataha Yoganushasanam. Thus starts the administration of yoga discipline. What is the thus? The thus means now. So Patanjali is asking you to come in the now. Why? Because if your attention goes in the past and the future and all, you will just not get the point. You will be a scholar, but you will not be a yogi. So remember this exercise. Remember the concept of projection and distortion. And just sit and think. This is where I was projecting my own anger on this person. Okay? From tomorrow also, I have told you that I am open to sitting with you all one-on-one. So if you feel the necessity to sit with me, then you just come and talk to me. We'll meet somewhere at a convenient time and sit, and if you have some things to discuss, not just from your self-transformation point of view, also from the books, the studies, the manuals. If you did not understand something, bring it. If I can elaborate on it, I would love to do that, to solve your confusion. Okay? Anything to share? Anything to share? Last bell. Anything to share? Yes. You go.
Last night I was talking to my roommate Lisa. I was telling her that I was so overwhelmed by the love inquiry questions. Not only contents, but also the language barrier. And I was telling Lisa that I am so overwhelmed that I cannot think of anything in English. And she told me, well, why don't you write it in Japanese?
Yeah.
Language. And I was like, that was a moment, like aha moment.
Yeah.
Like from the suddenly gross reality to the subtle reality.
Yeah.
I never thought about it.
Yeah.
That helped me a lot.
Did you feel like a huge wave of freedom?
Yes. Like,
Exactly. You see, that's such a beautiful example. You see how she was keeping herself in limitation, right? Do you see now, Yuko? It's a beautiful example that you've shared. She was projecting herself to be in limitation. Nobody told her. I never told you write in English or whatever. If tomorrow, if you want to, in the exam, if you want to give a class in Japanese, we will all love to be your students. In fact, we will all be more than happy to hear some Japanese and do our own thing. Right? And immediately when Lisa said, hey, and now when we look at what Lisa says, it sounds like